What up? Right, we are live. Nice. Let's see if everything's working alright. Let's see. Nice. Okay. I'll leave that there. I'll get my phone for that. Morning. Wait till people come in. I think we're alright. Think we're good. Righty ho. Morning everyone. Wait until we fill up. That'll be nice. Right. So I'll put this on half screen like this. Nice. Right, that's all working. Morning, Wayne. Morning. Right, just gonna set this up like this. Right, wicked. Get it all sorted. 7:28, so alright for time. Nice. Okay. Morning. Right, okay, I think the stream's all up and good. That's nice. Let me see for Zoom. Zoom, we're all good. Okay, nice. Oh, what a big! I can hear you. Cool stuff. Right. Hello. Here you go. Morning. How you doing?
Good man, how are you?
Not too bad. Right. I'll just check out the audio for you. So let me go on. I'm just gonna go on this stream myself. One second here. Right, I'm just testing here. Let me just hear this bit. Right, you speak Vig?
Morning.
Yeah. That's good. Right, I'll turn you up a bit on that. I think that's good. Like there. Okie dokie, and then I'm gonna have a little bit of music on the back, but that needs to be lower, and then we'll be ready to go
Sweet.
for another good week as usual. So how was last week? Did you enjoy the streams? Getting up early though. Oh,
Sorry?
did you enjoy the streams last week though? Even though we were getting up pretty early. You're up early
It's
anyway,
normal
aren't
for
you?
me,
To
man.
be fair, yeah.
Yeah, whatever routine. So no, it's a good time slot to be fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Copyright
So I'm
free.
still learning the pairs that you trade with
Yeah.
because the ones that I'm doing the strategies for some reason not hasn't been working great recently. And but the
Oh.
problem with because your ones is quite it's quick snipe sort of trades, right?
Yeah. Very
But with
much.
me, because of the spread thing, it doesn't do it at the same level. Is that where
Oh, this is where you need to change your broker, bro. Trust
yeah,
me.
bro.
I see markets. I'm telling you. Even though I'm obviously promoted by it, it is the best by far. I mean, my slip on it, my spread, sorry, is like 1 pip of normal. Um, Basically, yeah, 1 pip per one, per lot, basically, and it's like five. It's like $5 per one lot. So if you're doing a 0.01 lot, it's like 5p.
Yeah, the problem with mine is I don't think I can actually change mine because it's with the funded providers.
Oh shit. Okay, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
get you.
So because of that, I think it's like 0.5 lots is max per trade,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
obviously you can't risk more than 1%.
Yeah. Morning, chat. Morning. Welcome, everyone's coming in. Lovely stuff. Got 3 likes already. Jeez. Right, so we're gonna do the analysis as usual. Um, Also in the chat, guys, tell me if all of the sounds are all good. If Vig, my friend, is sounding all right, and just that kind of all that stuff. Let's change this. I don't use Awanda. 1 second here. Righty ho. So let's have a look at GJ. So for the last 4 hours before, we actually closed bullish, which could act as a level of support. But anyway, let's see what we could do here. So let's take our horizontal line as usual and put them on. Oh wow, that's just flipped there. Very, very nice. So if you're new to the stream, this is exactly what we do every morning. Basically makes it clear of which direction the higher time frames will go in. Keeps it easy. Actually, I'll just do a post on my Instagram for people. But yeah, last week was pretty good actually. The London session just lots of volume, so yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Where is it? Dude. Morning, guys. We are live on the stream. Oh yes, make sure you check it in. The link is in bio for my YouTube channel. But yeah, guys, make sure you join in. We're gonna smash this week as usual. At the moment, we're analyzing GJ, and I'm doing my zones, so make sure you join in. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Right. So we've made our little wicks, which is really, really good as usual. 1 second, this music's way too loud for me. I can feel it. Fuck off. Where is it? I've got so many tabs open. Holy shit. Oh, there. I want some like lo-fi. Lo-fi. There we go. Lo-fi is like vibey music. Here we go. One of my last streams got copyrighted for one of the songs in this. I'm like, bro, one of them's copyrighted. Fucking tell me. Right. So, we've done the zones here now. Now we're going to go on to the 1 hour time frame. Basically look at some levels here. Yesterday, wow, we had a really, really, really solid close above. We're having some nice buys at this level here. This is for the London right here, I think. Yeah. And we pushed up, and unfortunately, price could not exceed the highs and keep the momentum going. So this is kind of the zone it was in here, and made another resistance right about here. So this is just little levels that you can see where price came up, and it tapped, and then came back down, and then tapped again, and it's still holding that resistance. Same thing happened here. Lots of wicks couldn't close above this region. And then fell down. And where does it fall down to? Falls down to this zone kind of here. Actually, I'm going to do more here. So yeah, and now we're just chilling on this bit. So, for continued sells, well, let's have a look. 4 hours. So the last 4 hour closed bullish. Okay, the daily is also bullish, even though the daily's already exceeded the lows. So we have two condescending or something like that. Is it condescending? I don't know. Condescending pairs. So yeah, condescending. That's it. So 4 hour is bullish, or was bullish, and the daily's bullish as well, but they exceeded the lows. So we need to be careful here. We need to wait for price to really give us some zones. So what I'm going to do is go in the lower time frame here. Now we're on the 30 minutes, and now where we're going to see, well, we can see if price starts to push down here, we're going to come back down to these lows over here. So it looks like we're on top of this little zone here. We can see that before, let's have a look here. We had some resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So we need to be careful. It's a really, really solid level. So what we need to do is basically wait. Now I know that there's this resistance here, 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 and here. What are we going to do? Well, I don't want to have any buys until we exceed those levels. So it's actually better for us to wait and probably get buys above this region, above here, up here. So I'm going to do buys above this region, basically to cut out all this noise. You can see here I've tapped it numerous times, and we want to make sure that buys are going to be valid in this, so I'm going to put them up here. Because if you get a solid close above this, this was a resistance before. If you get a close above here, then it's good. We're coming into the next zone, and we should fill this zone up quite nicely, which, as you can see, is a 30 pip zone. So that'll be a really, really nice place to trade. So let's do this. So buys above 152.650. Lovely stuff. So what was the thing you were doing before, Vic? Was it more like swing trades and stuff?
No, it was made for on the Euro USD, looking at a particular bullish engulfing candle pattern that happens between 7 and 8 o'clock, and
Ah.
then on the GU after the Asian session, looking for it to go past the highs and lows
Yeah.
after 8 a.m. and then taking the trade off that, putting a stop loss at the recent swing low.
Ah. Okay. Okay. I get you. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I think it needs. Yeah. Yeah. I think stuff like that. You know, every time you see it, you know, is it, to be fair, it depends how easy it's work, how much it's working in the period that you're actually trading. Because in 1 month it could be doing it a lot, and the next month it can't be doing shit. I think that's why like
Yeah.
having one certain pattern is an alright thing if it works in that week or month. But if it keeps on happening at the moment and it's not actually getting the results you're wanting, it's a bit of a bummer, innit? But you're stuck. That's probably what a lot of
Yeah.
people think. So I'm looking for sells here, and I go, yeah, well, if you start getting some bearish pressure at this 8 o'clock open, we're gonna fill this range here, which is fine. But my only issue is I think it is a big support, so I'd rather wait for this region to be broken. So right here, so you can play around in this zone. So it's got a nice little zone to play in. If you break below here, you can see this candle here. This is what I'll be looking for. This kind of similar candle. Um, if we go for sells down there, then what we're going to do, we're going to come back to these zones here. This is the next level. And the quickest way I identified that level was because this here was a resistance. Then we popped above it, and then we've closed back down on it. But this one here rested on it. So this is kind of the level here. This is the solid level that we've been looking at. So that's for the next zone. And you can see here, this is a lot cleaner, and it'll be a lot easier to get the 30 pips there. But hi, the screen is too small. I think my screen's always been like that. Has it not been? I think the screen's alright. Well, if you think if people agree, then I'll definitely change it for the next time. But I think it's alright. Depends what you're watching on, to be fair. If you're watching on like a phone, then yeah, fair. You should have your own computer and stuff like that. But yeah, so buys above there, and I would say sells below this region. So now I've identified my zones I'm going to be playing. Yeah, I did think nothing's changed. Sells below 152.2. 1 oh. I'll just do 200 to make it easier. Okay, so now I've got my zones here. But I'm going to do the exact same thing as yesterday. So what am I expecting things to happen? Well, it looks like we're printing quite nicely. We're actually starting to hold some support here. So what I'm looking and expecting, and I'm going to do this. Actually, I'll put it on my stream anyway, just so it'll be a nice clip for Instagram if it happens. Like last time. 1 second. Get this off. 1 second. Right. So this is literally what I'm picturing in my head that I'm wanting to see here. I am looking for this price to either come up, so I'll be waiting for this low wick to be made. We start approaching up, and then we start driving up, which is fine like this. If we get a solid close here above this kind of resistance, which is here, that would be nice. To be honest, I could even have this a bit lower, so I could actually have the resistance here, because that is actually the resistance right there. I'll have a look. But then there's lots of wicks here. Yeah, I'd rather wait until here. So I'll have like a close like this, which would be nice. A nice close to the next zone. Then I'll be waiting for the next candle to push down, make its low wick in this zone. And then when it starts approaching it, exceeding the highs, this is when I know we're leaving that zone. And which zone are we going to come through? We're going to come to this one. So as you can see, this is basically the same drawing as what I did on the last day, on Friday I think it was. And this is what I expect to happen. This is what I'm wanting to expect to happen. But people actually in my Instagram chat, I saw people that are like, how does he know? Like, how did he do that? Is he just guessing, or is he just? No, this is not guessing. This is me picturing what I want to see. So now I've shown you this. If these candles start forming like this, I know this is on the 1 hour, I mean like the 15 or the 13. If these candles start forming like this, you know I'm going to be interested, because this is what I'm looking for buys. It's not me trying to guess. It's literally me. If this candle here, which has got 17 minutes left now, flips and closes like that, I'm going to be very interested for buys. So that's kind of how you do it. And for sells, basically the same thing. It's really, really not hard here. So sells, what I'm looking for is some nice, strong red candles. So I'll change the color here. I want some strong. So this is why I'm quite fluid. I don't really care, like with the buy, especially at the moment when the hourly and the daily and the 4 hour are basically kind of together. But if we start approaching here, then this candle's going to start to flip bearish. So now I know if price is at this zone here, we have exceeded this, and therefore both time frames are bearish. So I'm very, very happy for sells. We come down here about this level. This is fine. Closing above, below, like around here, sorry. Then wait for the top wick right here, and then when we start exceeding, this is going to be the trade. So you can see both ideas here. I could be both buys and sells at the moment, because as you can see, the 4 hour and the daily wicks are very, very ranging. We don't really know where they're going, where it's going at the moment, so we just need to relax. And apart from that, yeah, we're good. If you guys got any charts to send, etc., etc., please feel free. We got the squad in. Yeah, please feel free to put some charts and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to do gold, because this is alright. This is just in a range. I'm happy to just chill and wait for this to close above and below. So it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. Right. Let's have a look at gold. Gold for me personally, I normally try not to touch it until about 2 or 1 o'clock UK time, because that's when I see the big moves. And that's just me. Yeah, so like here, oh my god, I nearly caught this move on Friday. I was on my way to Silverstone, bro, and I literally saw, get all this traffic away, saw this candle close, this one here, close below support. I waited more for this one here. So this closed below here. I think it was here or here. Then this one I wanted to make a top wick. It made a little one, then it just went boof. And I should have really, if I would have done this again with the volume, got in on exceeding the low, and stop loss about here. So it's about a 10 pip stop. And if you look left, clear zones here, I would have been trading to here. So that's a good, 20 pips. And then further down, there's ones here. And when I put these lines here, I'm not even looking at the right here. I'm literally looking here. So this is the next zone here, because you came up. It's rested support. So this is going to be the next zone to fill. Same here. Came up, rested. So this is the next zone to fill. You can see we just flew straight away down. And that would have been a nice trade. So yeah, let's have a look at gold for today. Wow, we are bearish as hell. So let's have a look at the daily. Daily has already exceeded the low, which suggests for price to start pushing further throughout the day, which is grand. So let's do this here. Lovely stuff. So we've got a yellow line for the daily. Keep it easy. 4 hour. 4 hour does not have a top wick. And if people are new for this top wick kind of thing, if a candle doesn't have a top wick, well, have a look at all these candles, especially the 4 hour time frame. So let's have a look at the 4 hour time frame. How many don't have a top wick? I can't see any. Even like, oh, that one, is that one there? Yeah, that is on there. That one doesn't have a top wick. That one does. That and a bottom wick. Sorry, that one has a little nipple. Let's put this one here, but I think that's open. But as you can see, there's barely any. So in probability, what is the probability that this candle is going to push up and make a top wick? in the next 3 hours. Pretty high, right? Because all the candles here have had top wicks. So you need to take that into account, even though it might piss you off and you go, oh, well, it might not though. Look at it probability wise, okay? You know, how many times out of 100 candles to the left, I've had a top wick and a bottom wick. Basically like 95 of them. So that's a high probability that's going to make one. GJ giving the push. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. This is nice. So if this comes into fruition again, ho, I'll put this like here. Yep, actually to be fair, we need to do the next thing as well. So if you guys are new, you go to a website called FOREX Factory, which gives us basically a rundown of all the news. So we have manufacturing PMI at 9:30, which is when I finish. So we should be good for the news. 8:30, 8:45, we've got a lot of Euro news, and this won't directly affect our pair, but volume would help. Will help this. It's happened quite a lot recently where random pairs, I mean like Canada and stuff, news comes out and it just brings volume to the market. So always be wary about big news events, even if you're in a trade which isn't linked to it. Volume's going to come, so it's either going to push you higher into profits or it's gonna bum you. So you need to be careful with stuff like that. And yeah, so we're right for Forex Factory. That's great. So gold. Let's look further on. Let's look at the hourly. Okay. So the hourly is starting to close below this kind of resistance here. And where's price going to go down? Well, also, by the way, guys, this price action here is amazing. This mimicking of candles. So if you look here, this here, and this here, clean candles, man. Clean candles all the way down. Same here with all these things here. These are all clean events. Nice. So it's good price action on gold at the moment. I quite like it. So the next zone here, if we drop down, we're at this bit of resistance here. But where we're going to go further? Well, it looks like the next level is about here. As I can see, a support which is held here at 7 o'clock. And it acted as resistance here. So I'll zoom out. I'll zoom for people. The reason why I picked this line, okay, this solid line, is because here we came down, acted as resistance, great, and here acted as support. So this is kind of the next level I'm looking at here. So if price does fall below this kind of region here, we're going to be falling back down to these zones, which will be nice. So look at the 50-minute. Yeah, so it's got some sort of traffic here, but a solid 30-minute close. Oh wow, I've already had a nice 30-minute close before. But it's probably best to wait for London open. I'm trying to gain for another thing. So it's quite volatile at the moment. God damn, your pips and that is going to be pretty nice if you're on the good side of it. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. So let's go further to it. Let's have a look here. So if you look here, we've had a resistance here, which this level here, these candles, they've had how many bodies have not closed above? A lot of them. So this is the resistance here. Then we've pushed down, and we've actually closed below these wicks here. So this is quite good here. The 15's been a bit not much volume, but that's all right. That's all right. So if you guys have got any charts as well, please feel free to send them. And yeah, boy. So yeah, we're just waiting on this GJ to pull up, which will be nice. So it's got 9 minutes 40 left. It does have potential. So as you can see here, price has exceeded the high on the 1 hour and hasn't exceeded the low. So it's looking more in favour for buys. But we need to get above this kind of little mini resistance here, back up to this, which is only 14 pips away. So that's really not bad at all. And yeah, so we're not too bad. It's gonna be a nice day. Actually, I'll move this like here. So last week I think I made 7%. I think that was 7% for the week, which is really good week. Nice clear week. And actually, to be honest, I made that most of that 7% in the first 3 days, the first 2 days, stuff like that. And one thing that I've realized, guys, is and I have been realized it quite quickly at the moment is if you take a losing trade in that day and you take another trade, it's very likely to be a losing trade again. And this is basically if you stick to your rules and your support and resistance, and you take one trade and it didn't work, it's more likely that if as long as you stuck to your disciplines and all your rules, stuff like that, it's likely that the day just isn't the day for you. The day isn't running as how you want. So I've literally set this now. If I get a losing trade for the day, I'm basically 100% not even going to trade in that session, which is the first thing, but also maybe the whole day, because I've seen last week I had 2 losses in New York from Controller FX's stream, which we caught, and they were both on the same day, trying to go for the same move just a bit like 50 minutes later. But when price action is not really moving the same as what you want to, it was a lot harder. So yeah, I think I'm going to definitely think about that. And days where it's really good, I'm not going to just take one trade, because I know that it's a good day to trade and I can get a couple trades, two or three maybe. That's just something that I've realized over the years at the moment. And yeah, 15 concurrent viewers, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Nice to get back on it. And yeah, we're just waiting for a nice break above and stuff like that. So if you guys, I want to make like kind of a what's it called, a focus on each kind of stream. So I'll definitely be doing that soon. So like I'll do like a psychology one, where most of the things we talk about is like psychology, and you can bring all your notes and ask about psychology, because that psychology is a really, really big one, especially in discipline. Discipline is a huge one, which was a struggle for me at the start, but discipline in a lot of different ways can really help. I'm going to put this mini line here, a mini resistance, because this is quite a solid resistance here. I prefer more buys above here. So the stream health's all good, all amazing, lovely stuff. I'm just going to share this actually, 1 second. On Discord. There we go, do that. I'll do this. Nice. But yeah, so what time is it now? 7:53. We've got 7 minutes left for this 8 o'clock to come, which will bring in volume, which is good. But remember, it's always sticking to my rules. So there was an example of last week where I stuck to my rules and didn't take a trade and missed a move, and everyone was like, "Oh, Max, you should have got that." I think it was it here? Yeah, it was here. So basically, I wanted this wick here. If people are new, this wick here. So this one here, I'll arrow it to make more of a lower wick. Mainly for the fact that it's 8 o'clock, we have volume in, and the past candles had quite a big wick, so I was expecting a bit of a dip down to the zone. We didn't, and we launched straight away, and we flew, which is fine. And everyone's like, "Max, why didn't you do it?" And I was like, "Bro, because I know for a fact most 8 o'clocks do make a lower wick, and obviously it did make a lower wick, but a bigger one than most candles." And then I do this, and we look further on for the next day. I'm pretty sure it was the next day. Where is it here? Yeah, so this 8 o'clock candle. So we closed here. I was looking for buys above this region here. It was looking nice. And it zoomed off straight away. I think it zoomed off like 3 or 4 pips. So if people entered right here, about right here, so right at the candle open, it pushed up, then it sunk back down. How much stop loss would you have had to have put there? So you took a 9 pip 9 pip drawdown if you held the trade on, and then obviously price ran and you were fine. But this is the thing. Not all the time does this huge volume come and push straight away. This one candle here made its lower wick and then started flying up. And this is what I preach on, because, yeah, I miss this move every so often, but I also miss this 9 pip drawdown. Mainly for the fact that I know it's going to most likely make a lower wick most days. So here we go, here we go in. Lovely stuff. So the hourly in 4 minutes time is going to push up, which is nice. My main kind of thing is it needs to close above this region, for sure. Let's make this a bit cooler, like here. 100%, but more safer would be above here. But I'll have to see. That a bit lower like this. Was watching a bit of your psychology webinar last week, actually. Oh yes, actually I do have a psychology one, yeah. But is it on YouTube or the one I've put on the Google Drive? Because I'll make that Google Drive free for everyone, really. Whack it on. I really like that webinar actually. It was on my old PC. It was good. Well, not my old PC, my old Mac. It was good fun. So I'm being very, very patient here, but I'm waiting for this in 3 minutes time to close above this region here. Ah, the Google Drive. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. That. Oh shit! I've got my cup of coffee. Fuck. Oh, bro, it's not hot anymore, man. Oh, that's the worst. So, you know, I'm being really, really patient here, and I'm waiting. So, if you guys are, like, watching, you're probably watching this. I'm just watching this close here. Let me just change this again. So, I'm wanting this to close above region here. So, this candle closes right there. I'm happy. That's good. That's good. I'll be waiting for the lower wick to come here. And then, phew! That's what I'm doing. Okay, okay, okay. This is good. This is good. This is nice. I'm liking this. Oh, just retraced a lot there. But yeah, the volume's starting to come in now. This is good. The 4 hours looking nice. The past one made support here. It is coming up to a really, really clear support. As you can see here, this has acted as a really, really solid support here. Here. This is on the 4 hour. Here. So as long as it closes kind of above this region, you are going to be good for the day. This is a really clear level here. Really, really clear level. You can see at this point it's held. This point is held. So this is a really, really clear zone here. And this is why I was saying sells more below this region to get past all this kind of support area. Yeah, risk management one I did as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of them. That's a good point. That's a good point. So this is looking good. So I'm just going to have a look at this. So my zones. So yeah, so what I'll be looking for when price comes in here and we close above this region here, or this region to be honest. So I'm trying to think if I got in here, would it be all right? I would prefer here. Let's have a look on the lower time frames. Yeah, so I want it to exceed these kind of resistance here. So I'm wanting a nice close, like yeah, about here. That's good. So as I was saying, so as price comes, if we're in a buy here and we start pushing, at this zone here, I'll be taking you know some profits, and I'll be putting my stops to break even, just for the fact that I can see here we pushed up and then we had a little resistance, and then you know, so this is kind of the next level. But that's our known things. If you guys are new here, you know we always take 10 pips basically. 75% I normally take off. So my magic keys here. When I'm in a trade, I'll press close custom, because close custom is a 75%, and you can just set that on the thing. Yeah, just so, because most times price kind of you know pushes to 10 pips and then normally starts to come back to your entry. So that's kind of how we're in and out, and then the runners do the talking for that kind of fun stuff. So that's why we're not really too bothered about you know a huge amount of pips, because our stop losses are pretty small as well. So. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Hey, Maxi.
Hello. How's my boy?
Hey, going?
Good stuff, my Davey boy.
Good, good. Do you think that this strategy kind of requires the volume of like the first hour of London?
Yeah.
Because like I've seen this kind of happen like after like 9 a.m. You know, 10 a.m. and it doesn't seem to work as well.
Yes, yeah. So this is a really good question actually. So this is exactly why I trade at this time and I leave quite early, because the volume is what makes this trade well. So like so I trade 7:30 here till 9:30. So that's basically the London Open. But most of my trades, if I backtest, most of my trades are between 8 and 8:35 or 8:40. Because that's the window of the volume and that I'm wanting. Yes, but later on, so after 9, 9:30, 10:30, it normally sets up similar, but normally doesn't push as well or doesn't work as well, and that's exactly why, because of the volume. I'm wanting the volume to help me basically. I'm wanting the volume to direct me in and out basically. So that's that's a really good question actually, because I've seen a lot of people try and do it in different things. No, so like this is why you stick to the opens of things. So that's why Raja and that, they all stayed. Control effects, they all stay at like 11:30, 12 o'clock. for stuff like that. So we've made a low wick here, which is good. We've actually closed above this region here, so this is actually looking really nice right now. So what we're going to think of doing, we haven't closed above the region I was looking at, which is here, which is a bit of a shame. So I may want to wait for another 15-minute close here, which is 7 pips away. Just for the fact that if we pass this level here, then we'll be good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for here. So we need to be really consistent. And in 15 minutes time, so we've only got 12 minutes to hold here. That's fine. I think we should be good. But it's fair. It's quite intriguing me because I've already made its lower wick in this zone. We're starting to push back up. So price could rally quickly here, but I also want the close above this region here. Oof. So we're going to exceed the highs here. We're exceeding the highs. Let's have a look at the hourly. Oh, the hourly's too early on, bro. 4 hour. Come on, chill for 12 minutes, please. Chill for 12 minutes. Come on. Chill for 12 minutes. I'm wanting that close above and then the lower wick. So this is exactly what I'm looking at here, guys. The reason why I don't want to enter here right now is because my stop loss is here. I suppose I could get a 10 pip stop, to be honest. But I just know in most cases, right? Yes, this could launch off right now and it would be interesting. But if this closes here like this, then the next one makes a lower wick here. And then when we start launching, that's more of a sign we're going to be continuing here. But we did close above there, which is a shame. But oh well. So if you entered here on the exceeding the highs, you'd be up, 4 pips, not too bad. But I'm waiting for this closure here. I'm basically seeing the reason why I'm waiting for a closure is lots of different things, but one thing is because I'm waiting to see how it reacts to this level here. Because before it was quite a resistance here, so it could act as like that. Whereas a close and above would be a lot safer. Especially for a Monday, I want to warm up nicely. I don't want to be taking any impulses. But that nice low wick there was very intriguing, and it would have worked quite nicely on the flip. So the flip would have made you 10 pips already. But it's just your comfort levels. That was my zone, so I'm sticking to my zone. It's all about discipline, trust me. Discipline is a massive part for stuff like this. And being able to not enter trade and miss it now, like I used to hate that, bro. I used to fucking hate that. I used to be like buy, like go here. But if you just want to get in the trade because you think of FOMO and stuff, you're just gonna end up wanting to be in every single trade, and it's just not possible. Just wait for the candle to close, and then you'll be so much happier. It's looking good. So if price comes up here, we've got a nice zone to fill here. Really nice. So let's have a look at the last weekly actually. Where did the weekly close? So we closed bullish, but we did we look at this. So this is really interesting here. So as you can see here, we closed bullish right here, which is nice. We closed bullish here. I said before on this week here, we pulled all the way down and then closed all the way up, which is fine. Now you can see we tapped the level here. I mean, literally tapped it. So this wick here, we tapped it right here, and that is beautiful. It is mad. So this is really good here. Volume should be pushing it in. If it misses trade, but it's exactly what I've been expecting. This is going to be exactly linked to the candles I printed before. But now what I'm waiting for in 9 minutes time is a closure and a low wick to be formed back in this zone here. Then when we flip, I'm good. Did anyone catch this? Did anyone try and get in earlier, or they're waiting patiently?
Yeah, so I got in actually on GU.
Oh yeah.
Because it had like a beautiful setup, and I kind of used GJ as confluence, like.
Yeah.
Except GU was in like a better position.
Yeah.
So I've already got 10 pips.
10 pips. Lovely. So there was resistance here, so let's actually double down on this stuff. Let's have a look here. So we had resistance right here.
Yeah.
This 30-minute closed above, completely above everything. Wow, fucking hell. So even the half an hour before was ready to go. Then this 8 o'clock making a low wick here, and then you just enter on the flip, or did you get in earlier, did you say?
Yeah, just the flip, like, and I saw that
Yeah.
GJ was in like a similar position, except it just had more traffic.
Yeah.
But
Lovely.
Sometimes I feel like you can use the currencies together to tell a bit of a story.
Yeah, definitely. With GU,
Yeah,
with
so-
with GU, yeah, using GJ is quite a good way of doing it actually. So that was a lot easier. So you can see here we had a clear resistance here. We've broken above, we closed above, and you're done here. So I mean, yeah, this could be nice for runners and shit, as long as it holds. We've got clean candles. The next resistance is going to be here. So it kind of did tap that. And if price comes further along here, yeah, it's got a nice way to got nice zones to go to. Lovely trade that. That's a great trade. Nice closing above. Are you in anything big at the moment? Are you waiting patiently?
Waiting at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to. GU I could have taken, but I was just a bit concerned about the setups I did before.
Yeah. It's all right. It's trust me. The thing is that the more you know watch kind of pairs, the more confident you're going to be with taking them. Oh wow, lovely. So yeah, so you can see here. Look, I'm still waiting for this close above, bro. So you know, if people didn't take their pips here, they'd be like, shit themselves here. It's like, oh, is this the resistance? They should be good, to be honest, but I'm waiting more for that. Yeah, so 4 hours strong, so everything's strong. We're really good here. I'm just waiting for this next candle to make a low wick, and I'm hoping it taps this level here. 660 would be nice. And what I'm basically looking at here is the reason why I'm trying to guess of where the low is, because this is where I want it to be. So if we come down, if we close like this, okay, about in this area, and we make a low wick, this low wick here is going to be 5 pips. Then when this comes up and makes a flip, we're going to have like a 20 pip gain. So a 5 pip stop, a 6 pip stop is really good. It's what I'm looking for. I normally get a 6 pip stop, 7 pip stop. And the reason why I want that is because I'm going to do it on the flip of the candle that's going to be current. Because this one here, for example, this candle here would be 18 pip stop. That's fuck that, okay? There's no need to have a big stop like that. I know a lot of people who try and do this and go, well, yeah, I've got an 18 pip stop here and I got a 22 pip gain. I'm like, well, yes, of course, and it's 1-to-1 risk to reward. It's all right, it's not too bad. But the issue is I could be in the exact same trade as you, and if it's a losing trade, you're going to lose 18 pips and I'm going to lose 5. But I'd probably, but if price runs exactly how you want it, I'm also going to get 22 pips, but not the 18 pip drawdown or the 18 pip loss. So it's kind of like that. Waiting for lower wicks is just really key. It's interesting actually because I've been thinking about looking at this for a long time, and then I went on Controller FX's stream, and he's literally talking exactly the same as I'm. Like, fucking hell, like this is just minds think alike. Like, I mean, literally, all of them were like, yeah, I'm waiting here for the flip. So if you guys haven't checked him out already, go to his stream on NY. He's a good lad. All the stuff is pretty good. He's a good lad. But yeah, price is running nicely here. So even a buy stop above this region could have been fun. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't enter. I'm feeling good. Waiting for this candle to close. But at least there's volume in. It's nice. London's been good at the moment. I think there's been a lot of volume for London. I think a lot of NY people have been jealous at the moment because NY has been moving like ass. So it is pretty good. Let's see how GU's going. Yep, so just tap that level of resistance I marked out here. So we'll have to see how it reacts to you on that. Gold is just ranging. Well, not really ranging, but fucking no momentum. Jesus Christ. So on an 8 o'clock candles, when the volume's meant to come in, it's moved to 20 pips, which is nothing for gold. This is good. So 3 minutes time. Looking good here. How's the chat? 6 likes. Lovely stuff. Morning on a Monday. I know Monday's a lot more slower. for streams and stuff like that. And I think Rad just started his as well. So I saw sometimes GJ makes a low wick and flips, then comes down and makes low wick. How do you avoid these situations? Yep. So it kind of depends on the time. So the reason why I probably don't get that as much as you might do is when a candle closes here and makes the lower wick. If it makes the lower wick in literally the first minute, right? It's very, very likely that that might not be the lower wick because you've literally got 14 minutes or half an hour left of the candle. So I prefer the lower wick to be made in due course of about 7, 8, 9 kind of minutes, or that kind of realm, because 7, 8, 9 is so it's likely you've made its lower wick here. So let me just draw this out. So if it's making its lower wick here in 7, 8, 9 minutes, that's good. We've also got 8, 7, 6 minutes to blast off, okay? Whereas if this candle here makes a lower wick instantly like this, the first fucking 10 seconds is this, and then starts flipping straight away, I'm more likely to not do that trade, because are you expecting price to push up the full 15 minutes and not make a low wick again? I just think it's too risky. With all these trades, with all these candles here, you can paint a picture of what happened, okay? So let's have a look. Well, we could do any. So like this one here, this candle here closed, it made a wick up and then exceeded down lower. So you can see here what happened actually was in the first couple minutes or 5 or 6 minutes, it's made its top wick. Then it started flipping down, and then the rest of the candle has been pushing down the whole way. Okay, and that's literally what it did for the 15 minutes. So that's literally what the candles are showing you, what actually happened with price. So I'm gonna get my closure here, which is gonna be beautiful, which I'm very, very happy for. And it's actually relaxed a bit as well, which is very good. I'm happy with that. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, that's fine. As long as it closes above 660, which is it's shrinking quite a lot. But what I'm wanting now is price to really, really dip in this zone here. And the reason why I want it to dip in the zone is because this is going to stop a fake out. So a lot of people here, will enter in this trade on the in 1 minute's time. They'll enter and they go, yeah, I'm just going to do this with the stop loss below there, and that's fine. It could work. It's nice. But if I just wait for this candle to close and this to make a lower wick, this lower wick might actually not be the lower wick, and it could just fall into the zone like this. So I'm looking for this lower wick and then to flip, okay, like this. But if this lower wick here pulls down, and I'm like, all right, okay, I'm waiting for the flip now, but the flip never comes and it actually closes like this, then I've just missed the fake out that some people might not have got if they entered in the close. So that's another risk managing feature that I've done, and I'm not even in a trade yet, even though we're still, two people could be looking at the same trade, but I'm getting in a lot later because I don't want this factor. It's all about that. And it's like, how many times is this going to blast off in the first fucking 2 minutes? I don't know. If you backtest, it's going to be probably not a lot of times, so that's fine. But the thing is sometimes on streams and stuff, I'll go, oh, I'm waiting. They go, oh, I'm in it, it's fine. It's like, oh yeah, that's really, really good. But how many times out of 100 times is that going to work? You tell me. So here, like, I would never enter here if we don't make it low here. Never enter. And if it does run off, that's fine. But that's just not a way I trade because of the risk. It's because of the lower wicks. It's because of the fake outs. It's all that kind of stuff I can just get rid of if I just wait. But this 30 minutes could be lovely. But yeah, I'm waiting for this lower wick to be formed. And then the flip, I'll enter above this region. That'll be nice. That's what I'll be looking for. Let's see, is GU... Look at that, man. You can tell I can know my zone, like, holy shit. Tap my zone. Are you still in this, Dave? Are you still in runners, or you took it off?
No, I took it off. I just want to be conservative on Monday, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Lovely stuff. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, I only had it was only like a 6 pip stop, so it was like a 1 to 2.
That's great.
Yeah, happy with that.
Yes, you use the current candle. Yeah, that's great. Lovely.
Yeah, learn from the best.
Too right. Lovely stuff. 8 likes, man. Jeez.
Huh? Yeah. Let's get it. Do you still take those like what controller FX calls the onion plays?
So at the moment, I do take them on stream with him quite a lot of times. But the one thing that I've known recently is they're not working as well as I want to. And the only kind of onion play, so if people are realizing onion play is kind of like this here. It's where like price is coming up and made a 15-minute, and if you exceed the high, he's gonna get in with stop loss. Well, hopefully stop loss on the lower wick. And I can see sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And the only time I'll probably look is if this here. So obviously, you know, 30 minutes make up 50-minute candles, all that kind of stuff. If this candle here made a lower wick, but this was actually the lower wick of the 50, then we start coming up and then we're flipping the 30-minute bullish, then I would look for it. But if this is the play for the 30-minute, I won't, because the 30-minute I feel is too much of a higher time frame to do it. As you can see here, how many times have you got done in, which I probably did last week. You can see here, so this price came, we exceeded the high, then it closed bearish. People would have gone, oh, onion play on this candle here when we exceeded the highs, and it would have been stopped out. So like it's very, very risky kind of thing, and at the moment I'm kind of staying away from it unless it's reasonable, unless there's a lot of volume. If it's an open of a candle on the other hand, then I could look for it, because if volume's pushing above it, then it's fine. But I want the 30-minute to not have the onion play. I want the 15-minute. So yeah, and I know they've used that all year, and they've been working really, really well. So that's great. So we exceed the highs here, so we expect price to now push further on, which is great. But I don't care because we didn't make a low wick. So that's a little onion play on the 5-minute. So who entered this trade? Please, if someone in the chat has entered a trade, please send me the chart and how you did it, and where did you get in? Did you have a buy stop above here? Did you wait for this candle to close on the 8 o'clock right here? Sorry, on the 15-minute right here, and then wait for price to push up. If you guys have took that trade, please tell me. So let's just add on here. So we've actually talked about quite a lot of trades today. Let's do this here. Trades called. Let's do this. So trades taken, none at the moment because I'm still waiting. Trades talked about. We talked about, well, GJ buys, GU buys, and that's it at the moment. Lovely, lovely stuff. But yeah, the reason why I'm not in, guys, so if people are here, and the reason why I'm not in is because I waited for the close above this region, as you can see here. Buys above. I'm waiting for this close, which is nice, but this candle here hasn't made a bottom wick yet, so I'm not going to be entering. I wanted this candle here to make a bottom wick right to this zone, tap this zone, and then start running off and flipping, and I would have been in it. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet, guys, but I will be too long. Still holding that level, but I'm still waiting for that lower wick. So now, looking at it now, the 30-minute still hasn't closed above yet. So a bit more, a more safer trade now is waiting for the 30-minute, then making the low and then coming up. Let's have a look left here. There's not much resistance. Yeah, there's some here, but it's not too bad. This is the reason why I don't want to get in like at this kind of level. I kind of want to get in either lower down with a lower wick and then to flip So about this level, then up here because of all this kind of traffic here. Even though I know volume should push it up and we should be fine, but still. I like being stops to break even when we come to traffic. So I think a lot of people at the moment, they look left, and if there's a lot of traffic and stuff, and like there's lots of zones here, so like you can see here, there's lots of traffic at this zone here. It probably puts them off to enter the trade, which is totally reasonable. But one thing I say is, you know, all you have to do if you come to zones, you can see here at this level here. 1 second. Here you can see there's resistance at this point. There's resistance all over this kind of range, right? And that's fine. But you need to think, right? So if I, you know, wait for this low wick and we flip and stuff, and you get to this level, just put your stops to break even. It's really, really not a bad thing. A break even trade is a fine trade, I'm telling you. Oh, look at that! Wow, running up nicely. Oh, so we're actually going to come to the level now, which is interesting. But yeah, this 15-minute didn't make a top wick. So the one thing you could have done now is wait for this. 1 second. Let's have a look at the 5-minute. Yeah, the 5-minute looked all right, but yeah, I'm still waiting for this low wick to be made. And trust me, guys, this discipline, if you get this discipline on a Monday, you know, you're starting, you're just waking up and you really, really want to trade, it's the best thing to do. Just wait. I'm telling you. When you can do that, you feel good. Max, how do you usually approach if the high is broken first before the low wick? I leave it the fuck alone. I leave it the fuck alone. I don't touch it because I want the lower wick to be there, and that's all I do. I want the lower wick to be there. It's just easier. And yeah, let's have a look at GU. Yes, still respecting that. That's nice. But yeah, I would have been in this trade so easily if this made the low wick. But at the moment, it's not making a low wick. It's flying. I mean, even a buy stop kind of above this region would have been nice, but where's your stop loss going to be? You kind of have to guess it, that's all. I'd prefer not to guess it, to be honest. So how much is it up there? So if you had a buys above here, 15 pips, nice. So I want to see if anyone took that trade, if anyone did it or no one did it. If no one did it, that's pretty good. I'm very, very happy if you guys didn't, because, you know, you wait for that close, you wait for the bottom wick to be made on the 15 minutes, and you should be good. But our overall bias now is very, very good. We made support on this really, really key level where we're going to come. We can actually fly here today. We have a big resistance here. See, that matches with that really, really well. But if we start coming above there, we're going to be touching this level right here. So yeah, we've got a good potential this week. Good potential. So this 1 hour has 35 minutes left. This 30 minutes is going to close in 5 minutes time. But yeah, it's a shame we did it in one candle move there, but it's not too bad. Entered as we broke the 152.650. Wow, lovely. So that's exactly what you can do if you're confident with the momentum, if you're confident with the trade, if you're confident with the time scheme, and that would work grand there. Amazing. And then your stop, where did you put your stops? Just below here, so 10 pips, 11 pips below the current 15-minute there. Lovely. Right, so you said I'm waiting for the to be 806. Okay. Yep, so you can see this is the level that you need to look out for right here. But if price starts to push below here and close above that below that region, that is going to be nice. To there first, stop loss at break even probably there, and then leave the rest to run. 40 pips. So in 4 minutes time, this candle needs to close below this region here. It needs to close. Lovely Wayne, that's a really, really good trade. Very, very nice. Oh, fuck off. Very, very nice. Lovely. So that's touched our next level resistance here. So you can see 20 pips, it's touched our next level resistance, so it needs to be careful now. If you were in this trade, clean candles to the left, you could have held on the whole way, to be honest, and that would have been a nice 20 pips for the morning. Really, really good, that. Nice. So later on, what you're going to be doing, so for NY, wait, might take off with the 830 opposite thing I have been seeing. Yeah, bro, I would take off after hitting that zone here. I'd take off 80% after you've hit this zone here, because there's resistance to the left here now, and it's just being like maximizing what you're doing. So if you see there's resistance here, here, kind of here, you know, what's the probability here that it's gonna push up? I think it's more likely gonna do something like this. Do this, and then we go up, and then for NY and stuff, we start doing this, and start doing this. So having a runner means, yeah, it actually might not touch the zone, you could have a really, really nice runner, but at the moment, what's the probability of this just going to go like this? I don't think it's that high. All about conserving what you should do. Already secured 90, lovely. Yeah, just leave a little runner on, that'll be fun. Leave a little runner on. That would be great stuff. I think I'm gonna make a Discord, by the way, guys. So like a Discord for everyone put in. But I need to learn like the ropes. Like fucking hell, there's so much stuff on Discord. I'm like a boomer for Discord. I'm not gonna lie. If anyone knows how to like do a proper Discord, please feel free to tell me, because I have no idea. Like loads of bots in it and stuff, and like they can, you know. I see control effects. It looks sick. Like he has like a bot and it just puts like a notification when he's streaming and stuff like that. It's pretty good. It's pretty fire. 50. It's been consistent 15 views. It's really, really good, especially for the morning. Raj just started. That's great. I'm really happy with that. I think Raj actually did get this trade. I'll have a look. He actually just looked for a buy stop here, which is fair enough. But I wanted to close above. And that low wick, motherfucker. So I think in what if you got in earlier here, so if you actually got in here on the break above, 100%, if this candle, so this candle pushed up here, you nearly would have got your 10 pips, then it shrunk here. When this candle closed, you should have had your stops at break even, facts, because and if this one opens like this and starts pushing off, you know that it's most likely going to make a lower wick here, so you would have your stops to break even at that point. You should anyway. You should have, because this got to 10 pips, so you should have your stops to break even pretty nicely. Stops to break even is a really, really key feature. You don't want certain candles flipping just because you think, oh, it could work. Like, think of it probability wise. You know, if this candle here pulls all the way down, is it like you're gonna touch it? And yeah, it could just tap your entry, then run back off. But it's the principle. If you are up 10 pips, right, and you don't take anything and it hits your break even, you're going to be pissed off. So at least take some profits. That's kind of the whole thing, you know, take some profits. Wow, look how nice that 30-minute candle was. Beautiful. Now, if price...
The good thing about that trade,
yeah,
was that there was like a more recent resistance, like that one in the red that you have there.
Yeah.
That got closed above. And I think Raja really has a lot of emphasis on those recent ones, and he doesn't really care so much about the
Very, very true. Especially this is later on in the day. 100%. Especially with the volume. I mean, yeah, I think I've just seen a lot of times where people. I think he's new to London, I suppose, so he hasn't actually traded it for that long, so he's obviously thinking it's hunky dory. But wait until some winter times, holy shit! There'll be I mean, last winter was rough for London, so this is a little lookout. But price would move straight away at 8 o'clock here, make his little top wick, and then go boom. So it's kind of like waiting for the closes, just because I know how London can move sometimes. But I think in the summer months, yeah, exactly. I need to get more used to just doing buy stops and sell stops because that's comfortable. But 100%. If you go back to like winter, oh my god, I'd leave London alone. Like fuck. 100%.
Yeah.
And it is
Yeah.
funny actually.
And
It's funny how that works.
You're better off to have like, yeah, and you're better off to have a strategy, in my opinion, it's something that you can apply universally. Like, and if
Yeah.
you can wait for the close every time, then you're not guessing. You know
Yeah.
what you're waiting for.
Yeah.
And then like it's like Controller FX says, like he's only about the clean profits. He doesn't want the dirty profits.
Yeah. Very true.
And so like I think that's a good way to just take the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, the dirty profits is a bad thing. Is a really bad thing because you know, so dirty profits is basically when you do a trade, but it isn't with your values, isn't with your discipline. You kind of just impulsing it, and you win, which can happen obviously. And then you're like, oh great, I'm really good and stuff. But actually, if you look at it, were they really nice profits that you stuck to your goals, or were they just kind of based off emotion and kind of FOMO and stuff like that? And that they're not good. They're not going to help you at all. No matter if you win them or lose them. Very true. Very true. Look at that. Oh, lovely. So let's see where this gold closed. Oh, it didn't close up below. So you can see here, price didn't close below our region we were looking for here. So 1806.5. We didn't close below it. So there is no sells. Okay, because if you look here, we look at more in depth for it. This candle here had 15 minutes to close below, and it couldn't do it. Okay, so that's when like any of this impulse crap on gold, you just get fucked in the ass. Like you need to wait for a closure, and that's gonna happen later on. But yeah, I think that especially this for gold, you need to wait for the closes below. I'm telling you, you can't do any impulses unless you are in and out and you've got magic keys. I've seen a question here: how to use magic keys? Make a video. Sid, they've literally got a website full of it. So let's have a look on here. Magic Keys, their Instagram put a fucking video up of me. I'm like, bro, where's my bloody where's my profit share, man? Yeah, look here. I mean that's a small one, but it just kind of shows you the basics. If you go on YouTube, I'm assuming there's quite a lot. So let's have a look here. Oh, fuck off. Review. Yeah, installation guide, a usage. Yeah, look, there's loads. Look, they've got their own YouTube. Just need to dig it. There you go. Lovely.
Max,
Yeah.
you know how you've got the on-screen one, right?
Yeah.
So if I was to buy that, would that only work on one device?
Ooh, that's a good point. I was actually thinking that. I haven't actually tried it on the others. I haven't actually tried it, but you do have a. So you get like a what's it called? A kind of like pin. You get like a kind of code. That's actually a good point. That I might actually ask that. But actually, I'm gonna plug one of my mates. So if you are looking for magic keys, so if you go on here, magic keys. I'm gonna plug Mac because he's a good lad. Where is it here? So if you go and buy the on-screen version, 1 second, fuck off. I mean, it's really good value for money. You go here. So yeah, go to checkout. If you go here, so Mac 10. So I'll just plug in here there. So you just do Mac 10, and you get a nice bit off as well. So yeah, that's one of the ways to do it, chat. So yeah, Mac 10. Support my boy out. That's Mac on Wixton Livestream. He's got his own stream on Asian. He's a good lad. He's well funny. Him like I love Mac. He's a fucking G. He used to be on Raja streams and they used to rinse him like because he'd say like the fucking funniest shit and Mac would be the one to make impulse all the time. Bless him. But yeah, like $26 for that. Like it's fucking sorting me out, to be fair. Like especially gold. If you guys trade gold, I literally couldn't trade gold now without magic keys. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Macedonian, my boy. Yeah, especially for gold, like in and out when you put your stops to break even. Trust, like if you're literally like on the MetaTrader, like trying to put your stop loss to break even by typing it in, bruh, it's just not fun. It's not fun. The amount of times I did that where like gold was in 20 pips profit and I'm fucking fanning about trying to put my stops to break even and it runs up and twats me out. Like, oh no, I couldn't trade gold without magic keys now. So this is a really solid zone here. 1 second. Let me just save this. But that is literally what we were looking for. Amazing stuff. Buy sort of above there. So what we can look at is how could we actually enter in this trade if you couldn't have got in, which because of this resistance here. So instead of looking at this, let's have a look. I'm going to get my tool out, my zoom tool out. So I thought the resistance here, I wanted the close above, which we didn't get. It just ran straight away. Okay, that's fine. If we look around here, 1 second. Yeah, so where's the 30-minute here? Closing above this resistance here. Actually, let's have a look at the 50. I think the 50 was better. 24 views in the chat. Wow, lovely stuff. So yeah, this is the main resistance I wanted to close, but above. So this one here, this resistance here, very key one, and we got this close here. We got the close, and then we ran straight away. So maybe entering on the wick above would have been nice there, and then when we got to this zone here, I would have my stops to break even. So that is one of the ways I could have entered there. I don't want the impulses on here because I just don't like the impulses kind of thing. But what I could have done is gone this candle closed above here. It made its lower wick, and then when we started flipping here, I could have had a nice risk reward here because we're leaving this kind of zone. So yeah, 5 pip stop, and at this point right here, I would have had my stops to break even, and that would have been fine. But yeah, that's the next thing you can do. You know, if there is resistance on the left and you want to get into a trade, just make sure when you get to here, put your stop loss to break even, and you'll be happy. And that would have been grand. So obviously, the reason why I wouldn't have gone on the exceeding the highs is because you couldn't really put your stop loss to break even here. That's just stupid. So getting in a bit lower on the flip of the candle right here would have been grand for the 8 o'clock push, and then there you go. And as you can see here, my resistance levels are controlling the markets. As you've seen here, we've just tapped my resistance, which is here, and now we tapped it and we're starting to relax. So as I said before, guys, if you guys saw, I had my tools out, I had my wait for support. So later on, you know, this could range here. It could actually come back down to this level here, like this. And then when price starts to come up for NY, which is half 11, when volume starts to come, we get a nice candle like this. Oh, bro, I'm going to be entering on the low, and then shoo! It'll do something like this. We close above resistance here. And that'll be even better for runners, so my runner will carry all the way back up here. So that's what I'm looking for. So always kind of wait, if you've missed a move to go up like here, all you have to do is wait for the next session of volume, wait for you know, the support to be formed, which should be here. When a nice 15-minute bullish candle closes, wait for the low, wait for the next one, and then that is the entry candles. Keep it simple, man. Right, let's have a look at this chat. Macedonian, Mac Attack, that guy streams Asian session. Yeah. Mac Attack, my boy, I'll plug him as well, actually, he's a G. Yeah, so he streams Asian. I think Asian at the moment is not too bad. Wait. Is he called Mac Attack? Fuck. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's like him. There he is. Jeez, lucky boy. I think Ted comes on quite a lot. So Ted is one of my boys. Ted is a really good trader. Some of his trade, I basically learned half the stuff from him, especially his gold trades. Goddamn. Amazing. Look at that resistance tap, man. My levels are too good, bro. See, so you don't, we're not guessing these levels. You just look for where the next kind of candles are either ranging or doing something a bit rough. And you can see we tapped it, and now resistance. Gold, you can see here, still hasn't closed below our zone here, which is fine. But there's none there. GJ's direction is very clear, but it's hard to get in. Yeah, I think, as I said before, you could have gotten a lot earlier because the time frame is all bullish here. We got to close. Oh, this is the one I wanted to look at, the hourly look. So you can see here the hourly is a lot cleaner. You can see we had resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, kind of like level here, support here. This is the key level, okay? This candle here closed above. See, this candle here closed about this level here. So it closed above this. So buyers are already ready, and we waited for the low wick here, which happened very, very quickly. And then we just ran. So that would be another entry. Waiting for the close of the hourly, waiting for the low wick, and then maybe exceeding the highs. But that would have been too close to that next resistance. That's all. That's the reason why I didn't do it. But there's lots of ways to get in. It's just how the way you should get in is the way you feel comfortable doing every single day, instead of changing it up. Instead of every day going, oh, like this one I might do an impulse, and then you get twatted because sometimes the impulses don't work. Whereas if you just wait for closes, yes, I missed this move, which is a pain in the ass, but I also missed, the 30, 40 pips every 2 weeks that you do from the drawdown or the impulses that don't work. So, it's kind of like your comfort level. Everyone can trade differently. It's just what your comfort levels are. And wow, look at that. So, literally tapped it and now resisted. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask. We've got 14 likes in the chat. Let's boost them up, boys. Let's boost them up. And yeah, we're doing well. So for later on for gold, for NY session, well, you can see where we're heading. It doesn't look bullish, does it? This is the really, really key level here. So 1793, you can see how many times it kind of came to this level. Really, really nice. So if you do get a close 1806, we have a nice little zone here, and then runner could be really nice down back to here. 120 pip runner. Ooh! That would be nice. So, oh boys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to do that thing again. So, I'll have a screenshot again today, before and after, and it'll pretty much look the same. I actually drew out these candles myself. I drew out this candle a bit lower, like here, and with this one candle pushed above. And I'm telling you guys, I would have been in this if this made a low wick and exceeded, but it didn't. And that's completely fine with me. Completely fine. Because some people getting in with no low wick is a risky business. Holy shit. The amount of times I've seen people message me going, oh, I've entered on the flip and then I just got fucking bummed by a stop loss. I was like, was there a low wick? No. It's like, well, what do you expect? So this 30 minute now, making a nice low wick. If this does exceed these highs again and forgets all this traffic here, it's going to be running back up to these highs up here. Dude, 24 viewers, man. Jeez, we're doing well. But yeah, guys, if you're new as well, make sure to, if you guys are new to the stream, make sure to follow my Instagram there at Stop Loss Matters. Basically post educational content about this kind of stuff. There's no course, there's no nothing. You can't give me shit. The only course you need is get your fucking ass out of the bed and come to these streams. Those courses, bro, I can't, my morals just don't add up. I just can't do it. I've seen so many people do them, and I've been actually like sent quite a lot of them. Like people just send me, oh, like look at this stuff. I'm like, oh great, I'm not gonna like spread it around because it's a dick move. But like I look at it, I'm like, oh bro, like really, 500 quid, like, or 500 whatever. It's only about 500 quid for any of them. And it's like, bro, if you literally just come to the streams, to anyone's stream, that's good. Like Raj's, Don's, Max or mine, you're gonna have a good time, man. You're gonna learn a lot. You don't need to pay £500 for a fucking course, bro. £500 for a course is not gonna teach you shit. It's gonna let you know the basics and you'll know all the cool words of like bullish, bearish, all that kind of normal stuff. But you've got baby pips for that. So if people are new, I'll tell you here. Actually, we're not gonna wait for news at 9:30, which will be interesting. If you go in here, baby pips. this is the website to start off with if you guys are new to trading. You can go in here, education, how to trade forex, and it lets you go through all of them like that. I'm pretty sure it's free. It's lovely. Basically tells you exactly how to trade and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't tell us how you trade as in like how I trade, but it tells you the basics of what you need. So instead of buying a course, maybe do that. That's all I'm saying. I just think, especially for people who don't have that much money, I think it's just not, it's not right when you can just do it. But then also you need to help yourself, you know. I haven't bought a fucking course and I'm pretty good at it. Like, all I did was run on Livestream for the past like fucking 3 years. But the first thing you guys need to identify, and this is fine, this is completely opinion based, is you need to find someone who trades the way you kind of want to trade. Or like, you know, so for example for me, I'm not on it all day, I'm not holding trades all day unless they're at break even. My trades are very quick. Like my average trade is about, you know, 5, 6, 10 minutes. My risk to reward is quite high, and I enter maybe 1 or 2 trades a day. That's like my strategy. That's how I want to do, and you know, that's it. Some people might not like that. Some people might want to be on the trades all day. They might want bigger trades. They might want to trade more pairs stuff. That's fine, but you need to find someone who trades the same way that you kind of want to trade. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. So we're coming down here. Let's go. 15 minutes. Still hasn't closed below. So look at GU. Yeah, holding levels. Nice. So for later on for GU, I haven't actually done this yet, but I'll do it now. This is the 4 hour. Nice. So it reacted off that support again. So you can see this level was really, really key. This kind of like level here acted as a resistance. How many wicks came up here? Lots. So you can see that this level, even on GJ and GU, is very, very key. So you can see how many different points of, you know, touching or rejecting or support. So here, here they came down, all here, touches resistance here, resistance all over here. You know, you can see the certain levels all the way down, and now it's acted as support here. You can literally learn everything for free nowadays. Facts. Even like freaking uni and stuff, it's all online. Very, very true. No point. It's just people know that, like, you know, if you've got like a good base, you can easily make a course. And I'm not saying I wouldn't make a course eventually. I probably would, because why not? Because people are dumb enough to buy shit like that. But it's like morals, like, bruh, like, oh, you don't need the course. But people need to learn that themselves, you know. I think what people think is, you know, if I buy a course, right, it's literally I'm gonna read the whole thing, and after that I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be a trader. I'm gonna be like amazing. I can be free and stuff, which is just doesn't work like that. You know, what about your emotions? So when you take a losing trade, how pissed off are you gonna be? Are you gonna revenge trade? Like, yeah, you can learn all this on paper, but when it comes into fruition on a real chart and your real money, how are you gonna act? It's all about your own mistakes and learning yourself, basically. No one can teach you that. You have to do it yourself. So this hourly candle, fuck, this retrieves quite a lot. If this hourly candle closes below here in 10 minutes time, the buys are gonna be a lot harder to get. So yeah, basically if this 30-minute closes back in this range here, that would be scary business. This is why you have to take profits, right? Take them profits, boy. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and on Instagram. Helps the channel out growing. So last week we had, like, I think I had about 400 hours of you know, kind of streaming stuff. 400 hours of people watching me. That's class for the first week. So apparently, Controller FX, for the first 3 or 4 months, he only had like 1 and 2 viewers. That's mad. So that's the dedication, man. That's the being passionate about it. I think I'm a bit luckier because I also have a following on Instagram before I started, but I think he just started from scratch. Like, it's mad. Really, really relate that. It's good stuff. So exactly how the candles I'm printing are printing again. I said we were going to be waiting for some support here. And this is not me just being like a fucking weird guy who can like, you know, what's it called? Just measure the charts, like know exactly what I'm doing. It's just from past stuff, right? The probability of this just running straight away to the top is very, very weak. You know, it's not a good probability. It normally goes up in stages, and everyone knows this, right? So like this, up, down, up, like here, and down. So this is how price moves, okay? No matter how much you think of it or not, it does move like this, okay? It relaxes and it comes back up. In a bullish trend, okay? So, and the reason why I've done this zone here as the next level of support is because it was resistance at one point, and it should relax on it, just here. And then when we come up, this here will act as the next resistance, next support, sorry. And that's how it works, you know. That's how kind of price works a lot. That's how it works. And yeah, 25 people, man. Jeez. 25 people, only 16 likes, bruh. Get them up, boy. Get them up, man. I've got my nice cold coffee here. Oh, it's rotten now, fuck. So in an hour's time and 7 minutes time, bro, it needs to close at least above this range. But that is mad to the T, man, to the T right there. The reason why I put it there is because of all of this consolidation stuff here. But if people have still got in at this point, they've still got a nice run on. It's in 7 pips profit. Still okay. In 7 minutes time, if this wicks back up, you could be alright. But getting in any buys at the moment is not valid because we're on 2 50-minute bearish candles, exceed the low of the previous. 30 minutes bearish, and the hourly is about to close. Now, the hourly is about to close. What do I mean by this? Okay, so the hourly means... The hourly about to close means, look, what is the probability? And I bet you guys are bored of me saying the probability, but this is all trading is. This is all trading is. It's not speculation. It's not being a big guru of I can see the future. It's just probability, okay? So if you look at all of these candles here, what am I gonna say? Someone in the chat or someone in Zoom, tell me why is the hourly close really important for ranges first, but also for entering trades. Would you really enter on the hourly? Like the start of the next hourly candle. There's one thing. How many wicks here? I've said it on the 30-minute time frame before. I say it on every time frame. How many wicks on each candle? In this picture here, I can see how many bottom wicks and top wicks. Fucking loads. The only bottom wick, the only top wick. Oh no, there's one there, little nipple. Let's have a look. Oh, there's one there. Basically, what I'm saying is, the hourly candles are very likely to make a bottom wick and a lower wick. Bottom wick and a top wick, okay? There's not one there as well. So out of about 100 candles there, 2 of them don't have a bottom wick or a top wick, okay? That's very low, so the probability of making a bottom wick is very high. So, for example, if you wait for this candle to close in 5 minutes time and just enter straight away, I'm telling you, 98 times of 100, it's going to be in some drawdown because you're going to make a low wick. So what most people do when they're saying, and the hourly's going to close, is you wait for it to close so you can wait for the low wick to be formed, which could be happening in the next 15-minute down here, and then it'll be better. But getting an entry on the hourly open without a bottom wick, is very important. This is why. So putting it down to the lower time frames now, guys. On the 8 o'clock, when I said I'm waiting for this lower wick, which it did happen very quickly, this lower wick here. So if I put a line under it, I'm going to do a line because it's 8 o'clock open, and I'm going to make it white. This line here, if you go to the hourly, is the lower wick. So this is why I say at the 8 o'clock I'm waiting for the lower wick straight away, because I know it's going to be likely made on the hourly. Why would I enter a trade when I know 98 times out of 100 it's going to go a bit lower for the lower wick? So that's why I normally think of waiting for this lower wick. Very important. And this lower wick actually, yeah, it was like a 4 pip lower wick, not too bad. But some of them could be very big. Wow, look at that retracement. So the 15 minutes going to close. So now what you need to do is wait. Don't be looking at any buys right now. You need to wait at how it respects this level here, okay? This level could come down here and close on this region here. It could close inside. If it closes inside, it's very, very damaging, and we're actually leaving this zone here, and we're actually coming into this zone here. 29 viewers, man. Welcome. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, all that good stuff. We've got 18 likes at the moment. We've been talking about GJ buys, waiting for the impulses there. I'm waiting for the close above, but unfortunately, this candle here didn't make the lower wick, so I wasn't entering because I like the lower wicks. So this 30-minute candle here needs to close in 3 minutes time. If it closes in this range, that's fine, but if it closes below right here, the buys at the moment will not be valid, and it would look like it would continue back in this range again. But yeah, we need to see how it reacts to this level here. Oh yeah. So let's see. Look at gold. Is gold closed below? So basically, guys, if you guys are new to the stream, we were looking for gold sells below 1806.5. We waited for a close. So what I was looking for was something like this, guys. Right here. It was this candle here. I was pushing down. I wanted this to happen. A close below like this with a wick, like this. Then this next one would open, come up like here, and then we exceed the lows here. That is the candle trade I would be in. And you can see here there is clean candles to the left. So this is a clean zone here of about 45 pips. And that would have been a great trade, but candles didn't close below, therefore there's no trade. So, and you can see here it respected this level of support, and now we're running back up. And this hourly has got 1 minute 50 left, and it's going to close bullish. So the sells are not valid at the moment until we get a close below 1806. So if people are interested in how maybe I might catch this later on in the day, there's lots of different things. Normally I'd wait for the next volume push, which would be the next stock exchange open, which would be at 11:30 UK time. Or if I'm really confident that if you exceed this low, we're going to be good, I'll set an alert. So you can set. I think you can set along max again the opposite candles. Exactly, bro. Wayne's got a lock off. I'll tell you what Wayne's doing in a second. But here, so I'll do this 1806 point, and I'll do some room here so I can get to the charts. I'll do this create there. So now this notification has entered. So this basically means that if price comes to this level, I'm going to get a message on my phone saying hi. The price is passing this zone that you've just marked. So a lot of people do this. Ted does this quite a lot. I know he does. And it basically means you won't miss the move if you've got a notification there. Or you could just wait for the next session, which is more volume, etc., etc. I'll get rid of that now. Fuck off.
So for the GY trade, would you still enter before the New York session starts because of volume?
So I won't enter. No. So I won't touch this now. I will touch this at 11:30. I think 11:30.
Okay.
Yeah. Mainly for the fact that the volume does slow down. I mean, it's very likely. I mean, if this actually closes here, we're not likely. But anyway, if this candle closed here, nice. Yeah, it's likely to float back up at the 10 o'clock. But normally from like 9:30 to 11:30, that kind of period, it's just slower. It's not as fun. It's not as volatile as in like the pushes are they take a lot of time. They can be ranging, and that's just from looking at the candles before. I want the pushes, the solid pushes above. Like as in like this trade here, if you got in here, it would have taken about 10 minutes max. I've seen like 9:30 to 11:30 candles. They can take like fucking half an hour to move like 10 pips, if that. So it's kind of like I'm waiting for the volume. So my time zones is 7:30 to 9:30, and then I'll wait, and then at 11:30, so like here, I'll be ready for the 12 o'clock, which is normally a nice push, and then the 1 o'clock and the 1:30. So there's lots of different kind of time zones there. But yeah, for this kind of thing here, I won't touch it. But anyway, let's have a look at analysis, guys. So as I said before, if we get a close back in this range here, this is not good for buyers at all. And as you can see, this candle here closed back in this range here. So for for buys, you're not good at the moment because we did close below. If this candle closed above, like here, above this kind of resistance, that would have been good, but we didn't. So yeah, not good at all. And people's runners would have been caught out, which is a shame. But yeah, this is why you take your profits at the next zone. And now let's look at the hourly. So as you can see here, we closed below resistance that I literally put on. So let's just get rid of this because people might think I'm going to buy. So this is really, really, really scary, okay? And this is why buys are not on my mind right now because, look, this candle here moved nice 30 pips in its hourly, very, very volatile, all that good stuff, very, very lot of volume, very, very good stuff, okay? In an hour's time, so not an hour's time, in an hour's time period, price pushed 30 pips but couldn't close above my resistance. It couldn't close. It had an hour to close above and it couldn't do it. So what does this say? This is a really, really, really solid resistance and you need to be careful for buys later. If we then start getting 50-minute closes above again, that's fine. But this hourly it would put me off dramatically because we didn't close above this resistance we marked up. So that's just using, you know, time frames. So in all time frames there, I can tell you something. So the 50-minute closed back in this range. There you go. 30-minute closed back in this range. The hourly closed back in the range, and it didn't close in this nice range to follow up. So the wick fill is very unlikely now because it didn't close above resistance, etc., etc. And now this 4 hour has got 57 minutes time. And actually, yeah, so another thing, Vig, because the 4 hour closes in an hour's time at 10 o'clock, you know, half 10, 11, it's just probably making its lower wick of whatever. So I don't really want to be in that anyway. So like what I'm basically meaning there is this 4 hourly is going to close. Obviously it's going to be making a bottom wick most of the time. So it'll do like this. And then this bottom wick on the 4 hour takes about an hour and a half, and then it can start exceeding again. But like this time period is where I don't trade because it's normally against my bias and it's just making a low wick. That's all. And then I come back to the stream and I've got this to catch. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, so that makes quite sense. I think I recently watched Raja's video that he made like 2 years ago called The Signs.
Yeah.
He talks about these cycles.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's generally just looking at the time frames and just, you know, if it's coming towards the end of a 4 hour candle, you know, a lot of people wait until it closes and makes the lower wick. So that's why this, you know, when this closes in an hour's time and then another hour, it's going to be my time period to start trading again, which is great. And that's kind of why it kind of works well. So 7:30 to 9:30, have 2 hour break, and then back on it for like an hour or 2 hours, and then you're done for the day. So I'm finished at like 2:30 max, but normally about 2 or 1:30. You've got the full day ahead of you, really. It's pretty good. Is GU still respecting this resistance? Ooh. Nice, it's filling it up nicely. That level of support there is really, really good. Nice. If you guys have got any charts or took any trades today, please feel free to send them. Just send me the camera link like this, and then with the I don't know how you fucking do it. You do this, so copy that, and then you can put it in here, but don't send it just like that. You need to take this bit off, like that. I think that's how it works. So it takes 10 seconds to do, and I could do any chart, any pair, stuff like that. I'm happy to do that. So yeah, nice. So for later on, I mean, we're gonna get some nice buys. So the whole daily bias is buys now. Like I wouldn't even be looking at sells unless dramatic news comes out and we're down here, but that's not likely now. Oh shit. But yeah. So lots of different ways to get in there. It just depends on your comfort levels, and mine wasn't there because of the low wick. But like the amount of times that happens is very, very low. You know, the amount of times I'd see this though, this candle coming down, tapping this level, then exceeding and flipping again, and I would have been in. So would I still, if that happened, would I still got 10 pips? Let's have a look. Yeah. So if that was to my exact cup of tea, I would have been in that, but it wasn't because there's no top wick. And yeah, exactly. So Wayne's saying again, Max again, the opposite candles. So at the moment, what he's realised is the 8 o'clock push is normally a certain direction, either bullish or bearish, and then at 8:30 it relaxes and goes the opposite way. I think that's happened quite a lot. So if we go further on, so this is just like little things you start to see, and you know, it's not like the be all and end all, but it's nice to know, you know, if you're in a trade, maybe at 8:30, either secure profits or put them at least break even. So 8 o'clock here pushing, 8:30 relaxing. Let's go again. 8 o'clock here pushing, 8:15 relaxing, 8:30 kind of ranging. Go further on. This is just like little things that you should pick up on whilst you're trading, and just kind of just gives you a bit of a confidence. So 8 o'clock, 8:15 pushing, 8:30 pulls back. So you know that the trades can be in this kind of region here, but when it starts coming 8:30, be careful of resistances to the left and make sure you take profits. That's all you got to do. Wow, 30 viewers, man. We've got 19 likes. Lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff. So we've literally, the trades we've looked at today, so trades talked about. So we ain't actually, there wouldn't have been any gold trade, but we've talked about GJ buys, we've talked about GU buys. Really, really good stream. It's been nice. And for later on, man, we're going to have some nice buys this week, I feel. Is the weekly made a bottom wick? Sure has. There you go. So that's great. The weekly's already made a bottom wick, so the reason why I say that is because if you haven't made a bottom wick yet, then it's likely to push down and make the bottom wick. Because you can see here, there's always bottom wicks and top wicks, apart from there and there. So we should be on the ascent now, and you can see here, with this candle pushing all the way down, closing above. If this was a 30-minute time frame, what would I do? Well, I can see the support down here. I can see there's resistance here. See that there? So I'll be waiting for closures above here for buys, for proper buys. So that's what I'll be. That's what you kind of do that in your head. You go, you know, if this is a 30-minute time frame, what am I looking for? Well, you know, we've pushed all the way back up here. We are in this little range consolidation here, and I'm gonna be waiting for candles to close above here, and then we're going to be coming and exceeding these highs. So that is literally what's happening on the higher time frames. It's a good thing to look at that. I quite like that analogy. But once again, I drew the candles at the start. So if you guys weren't here in the morning, I'll put it on my Instagram. We drew the candles to a T. Well, actually, to be fair, not to a T. I wanted to close above here, which we did get here on this candle, but I wanted it on. Oh no, I did want it in this one, but to about here. Then the next one to fly up. But beautiful, beautiful. Now 30 minutes did all of it for itself. Ran 20 pips, which is nice. So this 30 minutes got 20 minutes left. If this candle here flips but bearish, we're coming definitely back in the zone, and we're very likely to fill it up. Back down to this level here. There's 20 pips down there, nice. And this could be a valid trade, you know, if this does flip, it's got 20 minutes left, if this does flip and close bearish and starts falling, that is a valid trade, but the issue is you're not on the bias of the higher time frames, okay? Really, if you guys are new to the stream, by the way, also, this blue thing here, actually I should write it, this blue line here is the 4-hour flip, and this one is the daily flip. So this basically means I'm only going to be looking at sells when these two lines cross, when my trades are down here. But at the moment they're both above, the price is above these lines, so it's bullish. If you look here, they're all bullish. Oh, that got moved a little bit. Move that back. Need to lock these in. Yeah. Lock. Lock. A template. A template. So this is looking good actually. This 4 minutes time, starting to close above again. Oh. Now if this does close, I mean the hourly, I suppose it's not too bad. If this does close and make a low wick and exceed, you could be alright. How big would the range be? So if you got in like here, yeah, it's a bit small unfortunately for me. I like maybe like a 15 or 20 pip range. This is only and that's if it only closes there. If it closes any higher, like here, yeah, it's not big enough for me, unfortunately. And also, I know that we're coming towards the end of the stream at 9:30. Volume dies down. It could be quite rangy here. So if this setup, so if this one here closes nice solid here, if this was at 11:30, 12 for NY, I'd be in it every single time. But because I know the time frame we're in, and we're starting to, you know, relax after the 8 o'clock push, am I going to get the momentum to get up? I don't know. Very unlikely. So that's kind of what phased me to not do that, to not, you know, run into any trades at that point, because I know, you know, it's starting to die down, and most days it's normally chill from then. Let's have a look at this news that you came out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Anything interesting? Ooh, German. Oh wow. So let's have a look here. So the only big one I can see there that was greater than the forecast is this one. 4.2% retail sales, so that's good. That sounds pretty positive. Let's have a look here. Manufacturing for the Swiss, and the rest is all easy. So the only thing that really kind of moved there was at 4.2 right there, which is pretty good. It's nearly double of what they expected. So if we look at 7 AM on Euro, let's see if it moved. Obviously, Euro's got a lot of countries in, so it's very unlikely to move as much as, for example, for example, pound. Let's just do this one. Let's see at 7 AM if there's any move. Nope, not at all. See, nothing at all. But if that was GBP news, there would probably be quite a lot of volume, which is good. But try and stick away from news if you want. Try and stick away, because, you know, it's very volatile. It's not in your setups. You only kind of do a news trade at the end of the week when you're having a bit of fun. Or normally you have like a little fun account. Basically, it's just a fun account. So like you'll have a so if you look at here, let's have a look on. Let's have a look. It's always Friday that has the big news coming out for some reason. Oh, look at that! 12 o'clock. Some big shit. So on this day, on Thursday, we'll have to see price, but it's very likely we might be in a range for then, because at that point it's going to be waiting for news to come out. But we'll see, we'll see. And here, yeah. So this is Friday. Friday, all this kind of stuff here. This is what you'd have fun on. Some people don't do it, but some people do. It's just a bit of fun on a Friday, on a little shitty account with not much money in. You can do buy stops and sell stops for this kind of stuff, because this will just impact gold like a motherfucker if it's bigger or smaller than expected. And yeah, so that's how the kind of Forex Factory works. And if you want more detail, the red ones here are more important ones, or more impactful. Sorry. And if you want more detail, you just do this, and it'll tell you basically the whole thing. This is called Forex Factory. It's pretty good. So you can see here, this candle flips. I've been another bearish candle moving in. Oh, the 50 minutes gonna close. Still gold, nothing. Still waiting for that sell below. But to be fair, I'll be waiting for this when I'm in a bit. I'll be waiting for this later on, 100%. It'd be looking nice. So guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. And we'll be here every morning. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll be getting some nice 15-minute lower wicks, little shit. That was a lower wick there, bro. I would have been in that bag. What can you do, eh? What can you do, eh? But some people running on emotions and stuff, right? So this is another example, okay? So someone running on emotions could easily have a trade starting from here. And their stop loss was maybe down there, I'm assuming. I don't know where it was, or maybe in this zone. And they would have won that trade. Now, is that a good trade to be in? Well, candle did close above, well done. And you probably entered on the close, which is great. But there is the probability now you're going to take that every time. I'm telling you, that's not working every time. You're going to be taking some drawdown. And, you know, the one thing that Ted used to tell me and like the biggest thing that I kind of thought was, what is the best trade? So you guys put it in the chat. I want everyone to be asking here, what is the best trade? So is it the amount of pips? Is it the amount of a risk? Is it like, what is the best trade you could wake up and take in the morning? And there's one answer which kind of I don't think people really think about, but it is the answer for me anyway. So like, what is the thing that is the best trade you can take every single day on your account, which you're happiest with? And I remember when Ted said it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, like, what about, I bet some people in the chat would be like, oh, 100 pip move, a 200 pip move, plan your trade your plan. Facts, that is a good point, exactly. That is not the one I'm thinking of, but exactly. Well, actually, to be honest, it is, because it is kind of my plan. But the one thing, stress-free trade, no drawdown trade, that's the answer. That's the answer. So a best trade is a trade where you don't take any drawdown. Okay, no matter how much anyone says, if you take no drawdown, if you don't see red on your screen, you've done the best trade there, because you didn't take any sort of, emotions to you. If you can do that every single day with no drawdown, obviously that's very, very hard. But if you look at the way I trade, and how I wait for candles to close, how I wait for lows to be made, and then the push up when we start exceeding and flipping, I'm not in much drawdown, unfortunately. I'm not in much drawdown at all, because I'm waiting for that certain move of pushing. Whereas these candles here, if you entered on, you could have a lot of drawdown, and drawdown's not good for your mental state in this. It's not good for the psychology. Obviously, you're going to be taking losing trades every so often, but the one thing is that when I'm entering trades, I'm normally on the volume pushes and stuff, and normally goes into profits pretty much instantly, because I've waited for candles to flip or exceed certain levels. And actually, most of the kind of trades that some people would have got as losses, mine are mostly break even, because I've already got that push. So like, I mean, here, if I went back in time and entered this trade here, we closed above, back in this resistance here, we could have been coming up. When this low wick formed here, some people might have been already in buys here, and then they would have been taking a 5 pip drawdown. Okay, so the stop loss could be there, but that's all right. That's completely fine with some people. They maybe should be fine with taking that drawdown. I'm not. I don't like that. I'd rather not have any drawdown. Okay, so when this candle starts flipping and we've got volume in the 8 o'clock open, this is going to be an instant profits, like instantly. And that's the best trade to be in, I'm telling you. So this candle closed bullish, above resistance. We're back in this zone now, and it's likely going to fill up this zone. Which is 10 pips, which is nice. Take in mind the 30-minute is also bearish before. But yeah, so we're likely going to fill it wick now. But yeah, no drawdown is the best trade. Especially like, I mean Ted, obviously he's got a fucking huge account. He wants a no drawdown, man. He'll take 10 pips and no drawdown every single day, and it'll be great, because you don't see red on your screen. But you have to wait for that one little tiny move. So this candle's coming up now. Lovely stuff. So if you look at the daily here, we actually have some sort of resistance here, but there are lots of wicks to fill. So this is nice wick fills here, which is very, very good. So this 50-minute now, making support basically exactly how I said it, just a bit lower down, so I wouldn't have entered, because even though this closed above, it was quite weak, and all that good stuff. So let's have a look, check on GU. Is it exceeded again? Wow, look at that. So GU is back at this level here. If you get to close above this region here, that could be nice. And how much would your stop loss be? So if you do it on current candles, that's not too bad at all. And exceed 20. That's not bad at all, actually. So exceeding the highs here. The hourly is going to exceed. Nice, but yeah, I'd wait for the close. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here now, but I'll be back tomorrow. Same thing as usual. Haven't taken any trades today. A lot of people did get them GJ buys, but I waited for that low wick and it did not come. Oh wow, gold's going to come down. Look at this. So the hourly's still bearish. We still need to close below this region. I'm not going to lie, I might actually keep it alert on here. I'll just do this because I'm very intrigued. There you go. Cheers, my boys. And then we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same trade, again and again. That's all we do every single morning. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my alert on here. Just interested if you get a close below here, and then a top wick. Oof. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream here. We broke down basically 2 massively nice trades with London volume. It was cracking. We had like 35 viewers. Amazing stuff, man. Growing every day. But yeah, guys, I hope you had a lovely stream, and I'll see you guys later. Adios, squad.